It's Monday, and this is Trekland HQ, and we're live. And hey, set course to Starbase Vegas. Head Mask Factor 1. Today on Trekland Tuesdays Live, Monday edition. Yes, Monday. Hope everybody made it here. Hey, it's Dr. Trek, Larry Nemecek. This is episode 219 of Trekland Tuesdays Live, coming to you on Monday because, yeah, we're traveling to Trek Vegas, which is still officially hashtag STLV. And no matter what day it is, we're always trying to bring you some clarity, sanity, and the big picture in everything Star Trek. So, hey, everybody, thank you. Hopefully you found us here on Monday. I warned you last week. I warned you all week. I warned you today. And, of course, it's a crazy week getting out of town. I'm going a day ahead because tomorrow's a travel day. Today is full of all kinds of things like misplaced texts and things shipped, not picked up. And now the glossy stock didn't come in. And will he have postcards? Ooh, all kinds of mysteries that I'm only going to solve in the next 24 hours. But meanwhile, I want to thank everybody in our Patreon for once again helping us out. More about them in a little bit. It's a new month there. And I've got a surprise. I've got a topic today and a surprise unboxing that we're going to do later on. Later on, we'll do the parrots as much as we can because we're a day early. We'll do the Parrot Analytics TV Stream TV, or SVOD, Streaming Video on Demand. And then we'll get to your chat. So if you're with us on Twitch, I'm not ignoring you. We will get to you. I'll do all the chat and catch up and move forward in just a bit because I want to get off a little bit on this topic, which really is not a topic much. Hey, everybody. Good to see everybody. If you're new, jump in. You can chat while I'm talking and meet some new folks. We've got a great TTLers community over here. Not a lot to say, though, really. Course set for Trek Vegas. We're ahead Max Factor 1. Not Max Factor, but Mask Factor 1. Because, you know, Clark County, Nevada, the home of Las Vegas, is under a really severe spike. You've got so many people traveling, many of them from areas where nobody thinks a vaccination is important. Or whatever the reason is, but the worst parts of the country are still taking vacations because they don't care and they're in Vegas, and that's what's making it almost impossible to deal with it. Just probably part of the same reason why we've got that kind of a spike here in LA County too, a lot of vacationers. But people who are anxious to get back to normal, hey, I know the feeling. That's what's going on with Trek Vegas this year, which is such a crossroads. Now, I know a lot of you, most of you, are not going to be there. A lot of you weren't planning to be there at all. Some of you were making big plans and things got in the way. National shutdowns, travel bans from Canada to across Europe and beyond. A lot of you were coming from across the states and decided not to. And I totally get it. Part of the reason we're still going is I drive, and I feel like I have a little more control over things. And best of all, I'm not mixing in an airport, which can be 10 times worse than mixing in a single hotel once you get there. And Trek Vegas is the kind of thing that once you go, it's not like your typical pharmacy rep or CPA who's at his convention. You're pretty much staying at the hotel there and maybe getting out once or twice. Well, sadly, a lot of the sidebars, a lot of the fun people and events aren't going to make Trek Vegas this year. What's bittersweet is that between what's happening at the Rio, Creation Entertainment losing its longtime license to Reed Pop, and yet determining, and with an affiliation with CBS or Paramount Plus, still the licensing arm, still going ahead and having some interaction. It's not like they're going to be out in the cold. They're not a black sheep wandering around. They'll still have interaction, just not the cream of the crop that it's evolved into the last 8 years or so. Nope. It'll go back to Trek Vegas the way it was in the aughts, 2010, 2011, 2012. So that's not as much of an issue. There'll be some bells and whistles that aren't there, but it'd still be the core the core thing. This is the last year it may be at the Rio Hotel where it's been for the last 10 years or so, since the Hilton lost the convention after the Experience closed down and a couple of experiment years, went away. Part of the issue in Vegas is the convention space overall, without being boring and isolated and still halfway usable for folks. There is the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is adjacent to the Hilton, which had its own facilities, just the same way the Rio has its own facilities. So I know I'm in the weeds here about Vegas convention planning, event planning, but the issue is there's only so many spaces. Creation's already talked about where they want to move to. It's the place they had scheduled for the December event before it got pushed aside with COVID, pandemic precautions and shutdowns. So the new home, while the Rio is being refurbished, is already there. Will it come back to the Rio? Will the Rio look the same, have the same owners, have the same price structure? That's all in the future. So on top of the COVID crazy, we've got the future of the Rio being in doubt. And overall, what it means is to longtime STLV goers, this was a big emotional pull about will it ever be this way again? And then you take away that we didn't have it last year. 2019, people had no idea that was the last year a normal looking STLV might look. So there's all kinds of emotional, sentimental factors at play here pulling on people. Even if the pandemic precautions and the spike that we've seen all over the country, the spike is really bad in Clark County. So am I a fool for going? Maybe. Janet was going to go with me for the first time in ages, decided not to, mainly because of the kids. And again, the kid factor is what's going on here. If kids could get their vaccinations, whole families would feel better about it. Whole families would just merely look with disdain at people who didn't want to get a shot, not outright disgust. I'm sorry, I'm saying that, but it's dragging our levels down, and we're never going to get out of the mud with this thing. And when we get to the point where, I know some people are waiting for the not emergency labeling, maybe that will help some folks. I realize a lot of people are needle averse. I realize a lot of people would love to take this on a sugar cube. We're dealing with all kinds of hardcore now when we get to the end. If we could just get the kids vaccinated, the under 12s vaccinated, that would do wonders for our numbers. That would do wonder. I just saw my granddaughter this weekend and we were still masking because we're vaccinated, but she's not, and she's in her daycare and about to go to public school go to kindergarten with the big kids in a couple of weeks. So it's a mess. It is a mess. It's a mess, and it's an uneven mess. What's amazing is what it means for us, all trooping off to. I expect it to be not a shell of its former glory, but greatly diminished. We have none of the global fans coming, and a chunk of the Yanks aren't choosing to come. So we'll see. When I was finally put up on the guest wall, I think it was guest 114, and I looked the other day and I was guest 104. Yeah, there have been some more pullouts among the guests and the talent. There's still obviously a big chunk of people coming. Again, it's just this tug between people wanting to get out, do something. They feel like they lost 2020. And most of all, it's going to be one big social experiment. Because most of the Trek fans are pretty much, they do believe in science and rationality. And somewhere between Spock and Data, they're kind of like pegged to it. And Clark County, no matter what your reason for being there is, it's all masking all the time now in public, and especially in large areas like the casinos and the hotels. And we're apparently going to be doing this entire thing with masks up unless you're drinking and eating, now, which I realize could be a considerable chunk of time, but we will see. Of course, what's troubling this is the troubling spike, even when you're vaccinated, about knockdown, breakthrough cases with folks, even if they're not sick, just being a carrier and carrying it back to your loved ones, like your little ones. So that's part of the puzzle. Part of the puzzle. There's the COVID puzzle, there's the emotional puzzle, and we're going to set sail and be smart about it. And I feel a little better because I've got a car. I can do things. A lot of people talking about spending time in their hotel rooms, a lot more than they normally would have, and not not being the 6-hour Masquerade Bar hangout or iBar hangout there in the Rio. We'll see. A lot of people are thinking more about small groups of people they know, hanging more in their rooms or in smaller clusters. There's some adjacent fast food places offsite, which may be a help there, just around the corner, around the block. Not to get into the weeds again, but I mean, we are looking forward to going and, yeah, seeing people, even if we're only seeing half a face at a time, seeing folks live that we didn't see last year, seeing our favorite creators, star power, face power, hearing from a lot of creatives and creative minds. I've got 3 or 4 panels as we finally evolved it. I have not checked in the last 2 or 3 hours, but the schedule was still awaiting, probably because of, my God, Stephanie and the bunch at Creation are probably pulling their hair out, trying to keep the schedule together. We're having a Roddenberry stage this year, which was originally the Roddenberry stage, then CBS took it over, but it was still good. It was, authors and science folk and a lot of interesting people, licensees talking about their products on the smaller stage. That's still going to be around. Guys, gals, peeps, it's just going to be a big adventure this year. Hopefully we can all be smartly navigating things. I don't know if you're going, if you're in the chat. A lot of folks are already there or they're in transit right now. We'll have our Portal 47 live dive. One of the perks of Portal 47 is that at least once a year, if one of our Portales and me overlap at a con, it's a round of drinks and some snacks on the portal, on me. That's their one live perk we have, unless they can come make a trek here, which we haven't done in a year and a half, but hopefully those will be opening up too, where we can go visit film sites on my day tours. The one you could always count on was the live dive, and of course Vegas is the biggest live dive. We have 15, 20 people there at Vegas, so I'm looking forward to our Portales tribe there. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, doing our landing party on Con Eve on Tuesday night, which is tomorrow night. Yeah, hoping everything goes well. And panels on some of the stages. More on the Roddenberry stage this year. So hopefully a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting. And of course, if you're not there, the CBS team won't be there in force because it's not official. So a lot more will be fans sharing live. Gang, I will do what I can to share some, not panels per se, but if there are moments, I'm especially going to do some flash Trekland reports live from just what it looks and feels like. Are people really staying masked? Are we having any mask fights? I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully it feels like something you were thrilled to come to, and the numbers are still there. It'll still be several hundred, several thousand people. Just how big will be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see. I did, see what the dealer's room feels like. The vendor's hall, the exhibition hall feels like, much less the sidebar places. There are some folks, maybe even some who are on today with us, who are coming to their first Trek Vegas ever, and it's this year. So it'll be interesting to hear what those folks have to say. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm coming. Scott's going to be there with me, with my, he's coming on his own with his entourage, but I'm going to have an assistant for the first time ever. What a year to have a change that way too. So it's really a nexus of all kinds of layers and feelings this year. So there'll be minuses, there'll be some pluses. It will be interesting. It will be interesting. We truly are going where no fan has gone before. Hopefully smarter. Hopefully we've got our shields up. Hopefully we'll have long range and short range scans going 24/7. We'll see. We'll see. And hopefully I will get to, if Kalis Willen and the Romulans don't jam signals too high, hopefully we'll have some lives out through the week and give you a taste of what's going on. We'll see. So stay tuned to your favorite Trekland channel and we'll see what's happening, kiddos. Okay. I don't know. I'll see if anybody else has something to say in the chat. We'll get to there. If you are, well, if you're new, hopefully we'll give a shout out. And if you're not, sound off. I know all of our folks across the pond both ways. Don't need that, do we? The folks both ways are disappointed not to be here. So we'll see what we can do to hopefully bring it to you. And again, there won't be a CBS team there per se that I'm aware of. So maybe not quite as much of a deluge. So we'll try to do. I know, though, there's plenty of other good Trek folk out there who are live streaming. Not live streaming, but they'll be shooting video and trying to get it up as soon as they can. People may be live tweeting the panels. Fandom is awesome. And our burgeoning fan media here of the last 10 years, our Trek fan media, may help fill in the gap there and bring you some of the headlines. Hopefully, we will still have headlines. The entire cast of Discovery had to cancel, and several of them were coming because they're just running late with production. They're starting to wrap now, but it's just borderline. So that was a big loss right there over the last couple of weeks. And I hadn't looked lately. It got down to maybe Brent of the only Next Gen cast. I mean, if all you do is look at headliners, of course that's a concern, especially if you're a first timer and you want to see your heroes live. For those who have been around the block 2 or 3 or 4 times, it's not so much about that as maybe the shared panels and experiences, or who the up and coming, who's making their first appearance, and who in 55 years of guest starring Trek, who is finally making their first appearance, or maybe their first time after a long period. And of course, creation loves to find those too. So we'll see, gang. We'll see. As with any convention, after you've been once or twice, or even if once you've been there one day, you'll find out that it's always about the people. It may not always be the people on stage. It may be the people standing right next to you in a long line, or right around your seat, or who you go down and find at one of the after hours locations, or who you come to see at their table, their booth. So here we go. Hopefully things will all go well, and hopefully we can all let everyone else know how it's going down. Now, I promised a surprise unboxing. I've had this for 2 weeks. I may be the last one in the world to do it, but want to make sure and share with you the latest from CBS, Paramount Plus. Oh, I just did it, and I didn't. Did you hear me unwrap? You heard the sound, right? I didn't do it on camera. Silly me. Here. Rip. No, this is Bing. I know Lower Decks is debuting this week, but it's the season 3 box for Discovery. The year that I think Discovery found itself. I think the year that Discovery finally got up on top of its Acme rocket shoes as borrowed from Wile E. Coyote. Yeah. I mean, I could read you the Blu-ray. This has been available since July 20th. You may even find all kinds of sales now. All kinds of special features as you're wanting to accept. I will read you a short list of the special features. Right? So we've got a lot of behind the scenes, obviously, stuff. The Voyage of Season 3. A special feature with the stunt folks. See, so many of the creatives that work on Discovery are all Toronto-based. Some are LA-based. I mean, the writers and poster here, but a lot of the active stage people, from extras to who's working on stage, they're Canadian. That's part of the shoot in Canada. Portlandia. That's part of the shooting in Canada. That's part of their demand. That's part of the contract. It's giving employment to Canadians. I won't even say my line about, God meant for Star Trek to be made in LA, because I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled for Canada to be sharing in the Star Trek bounty. Hey, it's a special with Sonequa talking about this season-long journey, the arc of Michael Burnham for season 3. Oh, and a special focus with Ken Mitchell. Yes, from Vogue and Beyond, right? The Bridge, a special on The Bridge. A exclusive interview with Michelle Paradise, who has been the showrunner now for a year and a half. And, of course, the deleted scenes, and, of course, the gag reel, which is not meant to make you gag. It's it's what the sophisticated industry talk. It's like not calling them the promos. We call them trailers in the industry. Well, the blooper reel is actually called a gag reel. So it doesn't really want to make you gag unless you're gagging with laughter. So seriously, folks, the Discovery Season 3 is here. This is the Blu-ray. Yay. I saved the steel books for the big collectors. The year that Discovery really did turn the corner and people saw the potential that the series had, that really, really crazy birthing process kind of muddied the waters until things could clear, put them in their maybe the century they were born to be in all along. Ooh, fate. Ooh, predestination. Right. And of course, the launching of Michelle Yeoh's Georgiou character into the vast unknown, which will hopefully turn out to be Section 31, which, as Alex recently stated, is not permanently out of the bullpen. It's still on deck to be a series, along with Academy 90210. Oh, excuse me. Starfleet Academy series. Yeah, with Stephanie Savage, apparently. We'll see, though, where that leads. So, if you missed it, I know you're anxiously awaiting Lower Decks coming Thursday. My God, that's just in 3 days. So, Thursday or Friday, depending on your, nation of residence. So, in the meantime, in between episodes, you can catch up with Discovery Season 3, which is down the pike. Will Prodigy be the next one after this? Could be. And then we're into live action. Maybe Discovery will be the third in a row. Well, here, COVID's just made a muck out of schedules. Whatever you do, though, you can hit up Amazon, hit your favorite DVD place of choice. Yes, all the tech is there. But the bonus features, there's over 2 hours of bonus features, as you would expect. They're shooting everything now. Nothing goes to waste. We used to have to pick up the scraps. Even for next gen, even for Enterprise, things went digital. No one was thinking about the future the way corporately they are now, and good on that. Because it's hard out here scraping up things like, a surprise that if you're at Vegas, and especially if you're connected to the Voyager documentary, a little surprise I scraped up for that team and that perk. Anyway, I shouldn't say anymore. Enjoy it. It's out, and hopefully all the rest of them will be along pretty soon, and hopefully we'll be seeing Season 4 Discovery before the next pandemic rolls around, okay? Hey, everybody, that's it for today. We're keeping it short and simple. I've got a lot of errands to do. It's Monday. It feels a little weird, but I'm so glad everybody was with us today. I especially, of course, want to thank all of our TTL Club here on our Patreon. This is the new month edition. Hey, Blaze K, Robin Wilson, Lawrence Todd, Anne-Marie Siegel, Blake Arledge, Justin Porteous, Nathaniel Robinson, and J.R. Poole. Welcome. Welcome back. Steve Harold, Halbjorn Gunn Johnson, Jalen Bullock, Robert McLean, Alan Hohensi, welcome. And Casey Shafsky, of course. Casey, one of the many I'm looking forward to missing, sadly, at STLV. Lots of folks look forward to seeing every year who won't be there. But just a reminder, we've got this. We always have Tuesdays, even if it's Monday. And every other way we can connect. I want to thank all those Patreons for helping us out here. Patreon.com/Trekland Live is where you can go. Mine is very simple. I do not crowdfund the heck out of this. We have so many other projects in Trekland. I keep it to $5 and $10 a month. They take it out. It's very simple if you've never Patreon before. It's a great way. You can find all kinds of creatives there to support ongoingly or, project by project. And thanks so much. Everybody gets a shout out. The $10 folk, the live wires get access to our original early year Portal 47 backstage interview nights, guest nights. And yes, I am way behind on that. But before we go, just wanted to remind everybody, this is the Gene Roddenberry Centennial year, so #ThinkTrek. You can be part of it. Check it out at roddenberry.com and click on the link. COVID messed up so much of the live celebration that a lot of it's online, and you can check that out. Gene's birthday is coming up the 19th. His 100th birthday is actually August 19th coming up, and ending the day after, August 20th. Right now, These have only been up for 20 days. We'll end the 20th, a whole collection here at ShopStands.com. It's for online shopping with charity as an end. So Roddenberry has teamed up here. Their share of the proceeds, their share of the profits is totally 100% going to the Trevor Project, which is supporting and intervening in crisis even in behalf of the LGBTQ community, and the 350.org Foundation, which is doing what it can to publicize and fight the effects of climate change and educate public worldwide. So two great causes, two very Roddenberry-esque idic causes. And this merch, shirts, and all the other fun stuff, this is only up until August 20th if you want to jump over there and see. And yes, somebody from across the pond said there is a UK distributor, so everybody for once across the ocean, at least Europe side, can get everything without paying out the quatloo for freight. Okay. And one more shout out here for our friend Michael Braveheart, who was Nurse Martinez, Dr. Crusher's right hand, but silent nurse for all the years and half the movies. He's had some medical issues and housing issues. Now he's had a GoFundMe up of $5,000. Had a setback a couple weeks ago, and we've had a spurt on. So check him out. Friends of Michael Braveheart at GoFundMe.com. Almost all of his donors have been from the Trek community. He was teaching acting until COVID hit, and between his medical bills and his housing insecurity, now he's worried about paying his rent. We'll see. We'll see how this goes down. But if you can spare a little bit for Michael, for all that he, ironically enough, did in sick bay alongside Dr. Crusher, including his first year with Dr. Pulaski, technically. He started second season. You might want to do that. Meanwhile, I love doing Life Support Live. Dr. Trek and Dr. Ali, one of us, is a real doctor on Saturdays. Just a reminder, we will not be. We're having a Trek Vegas recess. Ollie's not with me in Vegas, or we'd try to do a live show from there. But we are split, and it's a madhouse, much less who knows how the signal will be. So we're going to take a vacation. There's a chance there might be a Zoom meetup. I'm going to let, if Jared can do one of those, I'm going to let him announce that. But hey, you should be on our page anyway, and you can hear all the, we go boldly through uncertain times, which apparently started with the pandemic, but is not about to abate anytime soon. So if not this Saturday, at least next Saturday. Hope you can join us at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. They're all up. They're all archived. Wherever you're watching me right now, that's the channel, your Trekland channel. So the Trek Files, however, is very much up and going. Tomorrow, usually it's just happened, but tonight at midnight Pacific, in the wee hours, there'll be a new episode back with the great Ralph Sinensky, original series director of note, who is still with us at 98 and still sharp on his details. And we talk about the only time a Star Trek director has been fired. Guess who it was? Yes. It's an amazing situation. And of course, we've got some digital homework for you, because it's the Trek Files. Check it out at the Trek Files on Facebook. And Twitter is just the Trek Files if you tweet about us, okay? You can get all the Roddenberry podcasts at podcast.roddenberry.com. Love if you could go over and do that. Otherwise, as always, where you're watching me on YouTube, that's my Twitter at Larry Nemecek. My Instagram is the same as the Facebook where you might be. And otherwise, hey, we'd love for you to have a mini-con with us all year long. All the features monthly of portal47.net. Check it out. We're about to be, we get through this live con, we get through Trek Vegas, I get through Salt Lake City. Then all eyes are on our open house, which is the day every year we throw open the gates of Portal for the public. Everybody can come with an awesome guest. We're going to be announcing the guest here in a few weeks. October 20th. I don't even have a thing up yet. It'll be our 6th anniversary open house for Portal, and that's amazing. More on that later, just letting you know for now. And also for now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I know I'm going to be doing this. Do what you can. Do all the things and stay safe. And while you're at it, please stay woke. And I mean by that, pay attention to the sources. Open your eyes. Don't go to sleep. Most of all, though, pay attention to who might be stirring up, who might be spreading misinformation. Stay woke, yes, racially, socially, but also just pay attention to who's putting out what. Check the account of the person that's pissed you off before you waste your time ranting, because that's exactly what they want. They want to wear you out, exhaust you, and cause you to lose interest in the thing that gives you joy. That's what this low-level crap is all about. Guess what I'm saying here is, everybody, if you're leaving us now, and don't leave, we'll be back. This is only for the YouTubers later. Trek well, everybody. Okay. So guess what? We're on Monday today, right? And there's no parrots up yet. They typically, I guess, sometimes come up overnight Monday. So I do not have the weeklies. Now, nothing special to me. They're posted every week, unless there's a big holiday or vacation, slows things down. But I did do one thing. I did go over and check the lower decks trend lines, because obviously Parrot Analytics, which is a way to measure, is a company for 12 years now that's been measuring the digital origination shows, unlike the Nielsen's that we've all grown up with, measuring the commercial network ratings, because they had to set ad rates. And so you had to know who was popular and who wasn't. That's all moot with the digitals. The digital folks, Hulu and Netflix and Prime and Paramount Plus, they all love to keep the numbers to themselves. So it falls to someone clever like Parrot here 12 years ago to come up with an algorithm they call average demand expression, where they're scouring the internet to measure popularity. They've got all kinds of factors they pull into it, and some real world ones as well if they have it. They measure the digital onlys and they measure the everythings. They do it in many countries. They post, easily enough for me to get to, they post the USA top 10 every week. We don't have the USA top 10 this week because apparently we're on Monday. But I did check Lower Decks. Lower Decks is premiering Thursday, as we all know. Thursday and then Friday for our global folks. I was looking at the trend line. Well, Lower Decks, even in reruns, measuring its chatter online, is still an outstanding show. The average show in Parrot scale is between 24% and 75-ish%, give or take a half. The outstandings, and then there's the goods. And then there are the outstanding, which is 2.7% of all shows. 2.7% of all shows. And then the exceptionals are 0.2%. And that's maybe half of the top 10 every week. Lower Decks and Picard and Discovery have almost never been out of the outstanding upper 2.7% as Parrot measures with their average demand expression rating weekly. Right now, it is 12.2 times more popular than the average show. And trend-wise, its trend has been up 0.4% over the last 30 days, which has been about consistent. So its trend line over the last 60 days is just a little bit of a dip, but it's overall up. It is still 97.1% more popular than every other animated show out there, which is saying a lot. You've got these hot top 10 of the really hot anime shows. Yeah, SpongeBob, sure. But all the rest, Hero Academia, Rick and Morty, etc., etc. So that's a slightly abbreviated Parrot report this week. Apparently we beat them by the day and it just messes things up. So that gives us more time to jump in and see the chat. I feel like I was kind of Captain Obvious there, but that's what's on my mind. I wanted to update things, share a couple things, hopefully enjoy the unboxing there for what it was, right? We'll see. Anyway, going to head into the chat, see how everybody's doing, see how many made it over the big leap in time to Monday, time traveling back from Tuesday. Yes, we have the TMLers today. It's the TML Club. Very funny, very funny. Hey, Mark Michaels, man alive, how are you doing, sir? Hey, he was my guy when Decipher bought out Dan's original stake as Fantastic Media. Mark was our overseeing magazine producer guy at Decipher. The last 3 or 4 years we did the communicator. I hope everything's good with you, Mark. See some boxing. Thanks to everybody. Thanks. This is good, Linda. If all of your husband's friends can decide to get vaxxed, anyone can. That sounds like it was an uphill battle. Oh, Glenn. That's right. Glenn, you're a local. You should give us a weather report there on the thing. Okay. Maybe we'll see you around then, Glenn. We'll see how much hanging out is going on, right? Well, Christoph, I'm glad they're in Tyrol, Western Austria. I'm glad she finally did give in. We'll see, Glenn. Of course, it may be a moot. Well, you're local. You care. But as far as folks who are only there for Vegas, it may be a moot point, right? Yeah. Hey, Linda, FDA approval. Yes, I know they're working on it. They're accelerating it. We'll see. We will see. That's interesting, Nathaniel. In light of this, your son's school is getting Chromebooks to everyone. Wow. Very nice. Of course, it's PCs, but okay, that's fine. What did you do? Oh, cool, Linda. We'll see you there. Yay. Did you get a Trekwell mask from RTP store? Yes, absolutely, Linda. All my signage says Masquerade Bar. Absolutely. Of course, mask, M-A-S-Q-U-E, is right, the French version of mask. Anyway. Yes. Hey, you know what, Rose? I will be taking pictures for you and for everybody. We will see how it goes. Hey, Richard. I know, seems so dangerous. I know a lot of people think that. We'll see. We're going to do all the things and be smart as much as it hurts us. We'll see. I don't think, I mean, there'll always be some, even in a Trek crowd, that will be reckless. We'll just have to see. Creation. This is not just up to us or to the Rio to enforce. Creation is enforcing. Everyone has to show proof of vaccination and or a negative test, and they only last 2 or 3 days. So people who are there from Monday to Monday or Tuesday to Monday have to get a second test if they're not vaccinated, and they have to get a second one for Friday onward. And they're having testing right in the Rio, in the convention space, with a turnaround of just 2 or 3 hours. So the infrastructure is there to really get serious about this. If we are all 100% by the book, it will be strange to begin with. We'll see. Hi, Linda. I would tell you the time and location if I knew it, but because we're still waiting on, I always get my portales. I thread the needle. Sometimes I have to have a 2-hour and we do a rolling live dive, but the live dive will be at the best time, probably Friday or Saturday, probably later in the afternoon, when people don't have distractions, when people have no conflicts, whether that's the big panel they want to see, the big show, or whether that's like a photo op or a autograph time. We've done it so far. It's gotten increasingly hard. We have a few less folks this year than normal, but I am confident we can do it. So Linda, you and all the other 47ers are just going to have to bear with me and check in by text and by the site and even live at my table. I will sign at the table when we have one picked. I'll let everybody know. That's just the way it is, because the creation schedule is never out till Sunday, and we're still, last I checked, we're still waiting on it. And I know it's because they've lost another 10 guests just in the last week or so. Oh, it's your first too. It is your first. Wow. You and Michael Grafe, who might be here. Hey, Scott. And there's Michael. Oh, Michael, you're not coming. Oh, Michael, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Well, you'll be missed, but the main thing is take care of yourself, you and your wife. I hope she doesn't have bad symptoms. Yeah. This is what is so confounding. And yeah, I'm gonna get tested after I get back. We will see what we can do. I wonder how in the world she was able to pick, that's what's going to be confounding. I just hope we don't have a civil war in this country finally, where it's the 2/3 versus the 1/3 for a whole different reason. Yeah, we'll see how this social experiment turns out before next week's PCKC. Oh, you have to. Oh, Planet. Yeah. PlanetCon Kansas City. That's the hash. Okay, PCKC. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Happy birthday, Mr. Jadzia Dax, aka Adam Nimoy. Absolutely. Happy birthday to Adam. And Sirach. Absolutely. Aw. Science Blue. Hi, Science Blue on Twitch. Are you coming over from another identity I might know better? But we will do our best. We will try to send you some live shots, not sending you, oh, here's a corpse. No, that's not what we want. Oh, Sophia, you signed it. We'll do our best, Sophia. We'll do our best for you and everybody else. It was a real unboxing, not an unbagging. Yep. There we go. What are you saying, Melanie? Are you the only one who's glad the Olympics are over? I had no time for the Olympics. I would see bits fly by and I go, okay, well, there's the drama headline. Well, there's the happy headline. There's the sad headline. I saw them fly by. When I was a kid, everything stopped for the Olympics in the 3-channel world, but ever since adulthood, I want to say ever since the boycott, the Moscow boycott, but really even after that, it wasn't the same. And part of it was I grew up with the Olympics on ABC, and NBC is just never, I mean, come on. I know Jim McKay is not going to come out of the grave to, and Howard Cosell isn't going to do the boxing or whatever, but it's just not been the same. The Olympics aren't the same as when I was a kid. And I think a lot of that, and they're, but yes, the Corona year was even crazy. No fans in the stands. They could have family. And you have your Days of the Live. Okay, Days is back. Yay. Hey, Steven, trek well. Travel safe, man. It's going to be crazy. I hope to do this. There's a lot of folks I'd still like to meet. We will see. I know Vance and I talked maybe sidebar on somebody else's podcast, and we've texted. But pretty incredible. Rose, I'm going to let some of the Over the Ponders check that out. Okay, Brent did cancel. I knew Gates canceled late. Yeah. Well, Justin, I hope so too. I don't want anybody to be sick. I don't want anybody to cancel. So we'll see. I mean, one is a little bit worse than the other. So we'll see. Hoping. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nathaniel, too. Well, there you go, Christoph. See, we have our experts at how to navigate these crazy international waters. Oh, Casey, you're out there. Yeah, I'll miss seeing you too, man. Casey, I haven't even put the pictures up last night. So Chris White's movie had his little mini sneak peek screening here in LA last night, and Janet and I actually went over to see. And it's a great movie. Everybody be watching for it. Electric Jesus. He got a distribution deal November 2nd. The original assistant director and then director, Lolani, the director of Lolani episode 2 of Continues, has a new wonderful movie coming out, and our Chekhov is one of the leads in it. Aside from some faces you may recognize, including one from The Office, who does a really good job in a far different character. Electric Jesus. Look for it at a theater near you come November. Or look it up now. Check it out. Chris White, good friend, very supportive, good guy. And I'm all so happy for he and Emily. Oh, there you go. Well, I'm in good company. I'm in good company, Cairo. So Noah is on today. Okay. Oh, copycat. I've been doing this for years. Where's he been? Oh, thank you, Linda. Yeah, for Michael's GoFundMe. When we have some sanity here, when we're not crazed with adapting to everything constantly, I'd like to try to organize something for Michael. But oh, very nice, Melanie. There you go. Yes, absolutely. Love and prayers for his health, and thank you, Casey. Health for everybody here. Good sentiment there, Sophia. Excuse me, Science Blue. And fitting for your avatar there. Let's see. Well, Cairo, we hope the Parrots heat up with Lower Decks. You know, Lower Decks has never been in the top 10 itself. Picard and Discovery have been in the weekly top 10. Never high. I think never higher than 5th or 4th. But we'll see. We'll see if Lower Decks has enough buzz to get itself there. Okay, Richard, you are forgiven. Hey, you made it to an odd day, Monday, right? Been working on the model Enterprise again. Hey, Alan, hello, and thank you for being a Patreon this month. Okay, Cairo. We're talking about public entity purchasing boards. Okay, so yay, Linda, you have a Trekwell mask and a shirt. Hey, everybody, I'm so bad. The months are flying by. There was just a TeePublic sale, the 30% off sale and $13 t-shirts ended yesterday, and I didn't brace anybody for it, I don't think. There'll be one back in a couple of weeks. I'll try to let everybody know. If you want anything from my store or anything from anybody's TeePublic store, there is a site-wide sale, that 30% off and $13 t-shirts. So a lot of folks want the stuff, want the swag. I'm happy to finally, after all these years, finally have something going in a way that makes it. Melanie, I don't blame you. I wouldn't fly right now. I'm going to get on a plane in a month to Salt Lake. We'll see what's going from LAX to Salt Lake. We'll see what's going on. Actually, no, from Burbank to Salt Lake. We will see what's going on. Oh, there you go. Your last hurrah before you retire. Okay, Linda. Well, I look forward to meeting hopefully everything. Okay. Well, William, maybe that's we can be the fans in the bubble. There you go. Scott, you miss Jim McKay too. I can hear the year of the terrorist attack in Munich when the PLO shot up the Olympic team, kidnapped and then killed the Olympic team, and they raided the. I can still see Jim McKay sitting there saying, "It's over. They're all gone." I can just see him looking in the cameras at 2 a.m, whatever it was, and saying, "They're all gone," and just going, "This is not what the Olympics are supposed to be about." Oh, hi, Derek Wade. Hello, sir. See you at STLV 55. Do you mean in 30 years or something? Or do you mean in 2055? Or because that's only what 6 years before the Vulcans, but no, 8 years before, whatever. You have to explain yourself, Mr. Wade. Okay, so while the Austrians are arguing about computers here, I know, Cairo, I know you're really regretting not being able. You did such a heroic job of getting all your vaccinations in a not heroically vaccinated supported service system country. I like how your statements are the same. Okay, how are we doing here? What is STLV 55? Am I missing something here? What is STLV 55? The updates aren't in date order. Many more have canceled. Oh, STLV 55. Duh, 55-year mission. Got it. I had not seen that hashtag, hadn't been using it. Yes. Yeah, a lot of them. Brandon, my man, how are things in the Kentucky hills? I hope you're being well, sir. I hope you're hanging in. Hope you're ready to enjoy a little more virtual Star Trek coming up here. Okay. Duh. Yes. Yeah, I thank you, Melanie. Yeah, I finally figured it out. Yep. Well, John's coming. John only has to just come down. Well, I shouldn't say that maybe. John just has to get in his car and drive down the interstate about an hour and a half, hopefully. And Rainn Wilson. Kiddos, we will see. We will see. I think we're at the end of the chat, even without anybody calling it that. Are we at the end of the chat? Okay. Yeah, this week, everybody kind of abbreviated on a topic. I'm a little scattered here. We'll see what's going on. I've got to get on the phone here and fix some postcards. But otherwise, thanks so much for being here with us. Thanks for finding your way to Monday. I know I lost some folks, but hopefully not too many. Thanks for checking in. We'll have some meaty stuff next week, I promise you. We'll have new lower decks. We'll have this crazy experiment will be over. You folks in Kansas City will be wondering how yours will go down. We'll have a lot to talk, and who knows what will break in the legitimate Star Trek news by then. Who knows? Maybe they'll find that art installation piece in Racine, Wisconsin, and bring them with all the publicity that we brought to it. Maybe they'll track down the Star Wars, Star Trek art piece thieves that we heard about last week. Yes. Christoph, if anybody shows up, I don't know. Can you get on and see if people are out? No, you can't. It's got to be me activating the show. I'll just depend on all of our friends there in social media to say, boy, you missed it. You got to pay attention. Larry had to move the show to Monday. We used to do this a lot, or I'd move it to Wednesday or Thursday even when we had travel days. SoonerCon was usually a move to Wednesday. Yes, indeed. Folks, once again, I'm going to do what I can. I hope you're all doing what you can to stay safe, stay woke, check the sources. And most of all, everybody, don't forget Discovery Season 3. And trek well.